Okay, let's take a look at 6.2 here. So random numbers. So this is a new block that we're seeing. And we kind of talked a little bit about this in the kind of the guessing thing of understanding what the new block is going to do. Essentially what random numbers does is you have this new block called random numbers. If you make your drawings with random numbers, it will look different every time you run the program. So if we look down here, right now random numbers is choosing between 200 and 400. And if I show the grid here, what's happening is if it goes from 200, which is right here, over to 400, the circle will keep showing up along this area. So if I hit run and keep hitting run, it's going to show up from basically here all the way to this side. And what happens is with random number is in this ellipse that we have here in the code, essentially what's happening is the X location, this right here, this is the Y location, the 200, and then the width and the height. So this X location, every time I run the program, depending on what numbers I type in here, in this case it's 200 and 400, it's going to randomly pick a number between 200 and 400. And every time it runs, it'll pick it and move it along this depending on what number it is. So like this one right here is all the way over to 400, so it picked 400 at that time. The next time it's all the way over here, so it's probably like, 264, something like that. And then, you keep picking, and here's another one in the middle, roughly probably 336. So what we want to do with this activity, it says change the numbers inside the random number so the ellipse can appear anywhere horizontally along the screen. So instead of just here in the middle over to the side, what we now want to do is go all the way over here from this side, which is 0, all the way over to this side, which is 400. So pretty easy to do. All we want to do is change the parameters here of random number. So instead of 200, we want it to go all the way over to this side. So we're just going to go ahead and remove 200, make it 0. And when we hit reset, now it will eventually start moving them over here. There we go. So this one's 50. So it'll randomly pick that each time a new spot. This is basically how random numbers works, how the calculator works for this. Think of this for a game, very helpful for a game. You have a character that you want to show up at on the screen, but you don't want it to show up at the same place every time. That's kind of what's happening with these. You see this with games a lot, is it will randomly pick a new location where that character is going to show up. Okay, so this is how we want it to do this. Random numbers are incredibly important when it comes to programming. They're really a very helpful thing when designing games. Hope this helps you with your coding, and good luck on the next activity.